Alright. Yeah, the return 3. Hello, everybody. Hi, Hat and Hoodie. I'm back. Back again. Guess who's back? Call a friend. This time I'm back for good, hopefully. No more interruptions. Because it's over. My college is complete. And I'm very tired. How is everybody? Hope you all been doing good. I noticed that Twitter imploded on itself again while I was gone. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Uh, oh, that's the... You're doing good? That's good. How do I stream again? And Twitter's dying. You hate to see it. Not really, you love to see it. I don't know what I did last stream. It was Plants vs. Zombies, right. We got to the end of that. And then we did some other stuff, I don't know. Right now we can just talk while I finish this art piece that I meant to finish months ago. Man, what a week. Why is my tablet unplugged? I need that to draw. Why is my camera freaking out? Why don't computer work? Anyway, I finished the game I was making for class. It's done. I did it. It's over. And now I'm done with classes forever. Don't ask for anything ever again from me. And now I'm just sitting here like, okay, now what do I do? Guess I get a job. Eventually. For now, I'm gaming. I would have streamed yesterday, but yesterday I had some other issues. Since I have an art portfolio that I use. Well, not anymore because the website I use doesn't work for me anymore because it was using my student email. And I tried to change it to my personal email, and now neither email is working for that account. You made a Pixel box friend. Oh yeah, I did see that. So now I have to make a different art portfolio and make an entirely new website for my stuff. So that's fun. They don't even... You know what, the worst thing is... You know what I learned last week? The class I'm taking. The class that I need to take to finish my degree that I did finish it, it's over. I don't even like Twitter, me neither. It is only available during the summer. The class that you need to take in order to graduate. Only available during the summer. Okay. Guess what season you don't get there isn't a ceremony for when you graduate? The summer one. So they require you to, take a summer course in order to graduate. But if you take a summer course, you don't get a ceremony. Graduation. They just, like, send your degree in the mail, and... Thank you. Very cool. So I, ended up putting 4 years of college, making an entire game from scratch, and what do I get? A piece of paper sent in the mail. Valve is updating TF2, that's cool. Man. Yeah, TF2 is getting a new updates. I heard they added a seal. That's about all I know, really. I don't play TF2. You don't really play TF2? Yeah, me neither. They added an experimental feature, allowing servers to have 100 players at once. Oh. Interesting. A bull. Oh my god, they're gonna do Team TF2 Battle Royale. Oh no. Like, 100 players, why would they? Uh-oh. Oh no. TF2 is unbalanced, especially with the annoying spy class. I've played it like very few times. I don't remember the spy ever being really much of a problem though. It was more of me not understanding what was happening at all. And then I can stream again. Which, I need to finish Katamari. I think that's what I said I was gonna do. Since we're close to doing that. And then maybe, oh right, and then after that, Ace Attorney. I remember now. And also Breath of the Wild and whatnot. It's too much. Yeah, I remember when I did play it, I thought, oh god, there's too much happening all at once. Okay. Yeah, I remember them adding the Saxton Hale game mode. I think you mentioned that on stream. Whenever that was. It feels like it was 4 years ago. But I don't think it was actually that long, like a week. Would rather Fortnite instead of TF2. Fortnite is just, like, easier to get into. Or at least from what I remember. I haven't played it in a while. Because the current season sucks. "10 days ago, okay. Not as long as I was expecting. As it felt like to me, to be honest. Okay. I'm trying to think what else do I need to do, like, for streams, but I think that's it, really. Stream-wise, just... We've already established what I'm gonna do once I'm no longer busy. And now I'm no longer busy. I gotta say, finishing college was extremely underwhelming. I was like, oh, it's done now. Guess I go home. Maybe I'll have time to do some bigger art projects that I've been planning to do. Maybe, who knows? Okay. I'm okay with the current season. Futurama skins were... Yeah, I heard about that. Oh, I need to unlock the Meowscles thing. Right. I need to play that eventually. A lot less hectic? Huh. For some reason I expected the Saxon Hail to be more hectic of a game mode. Okay. My eye is itching. Alright, anyway. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. Whew. Yeah, one team. I guess that would make it a bit less chaotic. Doug or Arthur skins at some point. I'm guessing those are Futurama characters. I haven't really watched Futurama. It was never really my thing. They're not? Who's Doug and Arthur? Two different shows. Doug or Arthur? Oh, like the kids' TV characters? I don't know. I don't think Arthur isn't running anymore. I don't think that... I mean, I guess they're probably doing reruns, but I think they stopped making episodes for that. Same with Doug. I don't think Doug is a thing anymore. I don't think Doug has been a thing for a long time. Okay. Playing a Saxon Hill, yeah. It also helps that you don't have to worry about any of your team members since you don't have any. Okay, why is that there? All I know is from you broke my grill. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think... Arthur hasn't been, like, around since the 90s. I don't know why they would add a skin for Doug and Arthur. Considering... They're adding Futurama skins because Futurama got, like... another reboot. Not another continuation. Or it like has a lot of skins, but yeah. But they're all from like series that were like are actively happening. Yeah, Futurama's back. probably should have just drawn these glasses on a separate layer. Oh well. Coulda, woulda, coulda, I suppose. The only skin he wanted was Fry. I see. The Security Breach DLC, Ruin DLC came out, and the problem with that is you'd have to buy Security Breach. And I don't care how good the DLC is, I'm not buying that game. I don't want it. It's just, it's not happening. What about FNAF Plus? What is FNAF Plus? I don't want to play FNAF games. FNAF... It's still happening for some reason. The remake of FNAF 1. I already played FNAF 1. I don't need to play it again. It boggles my mind that Five Nights at Freddy's is still relevant. For some reason. Despite it all. Okay. I'm not trying to sell you on Security Breach, I'm just talking about it in general. Yeah. Something to talk about, I know, I'm just pulling your chain. All the animatronics look scarier. You say that, but I'm gonna be honest, most of the FNAF animatronics, as an adult now, don't look that scary. Like, I've seen, like, actual, real-life Chuck E. Cheese animatronics that look, like, more unnerving to look at than the most FNAF characters. I think the problem is the life, you can still see the life in their eyes. You go to a Chuck E. Cheese now that still has an animatronic, and there is... And just look into the dead, soulless eyes of those characters. They don't look soulless enough. Not in, like, a corporate way, I mean, like, on a spiritual level. They don't look like God has abandoned them. The characters in Five Nights at Freddy's don't look like existence is painful, and that's why they're not scary to me. Okay. This is an epic Freddy Fazbear moment. I've talked about this before. I'm kind of over Are dreams true horror, though? What? I mean, that would be a nightmare. I mean, I guess. In an abstract type of way, yes, a dream can be a horror game. I've had dreams that I was in a horror game, but like, not in a horror game that was scary. It was one of those horror games that are just annoying to play and very tedious, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, in fact. I'm like, I was trapped in a horror game, but the upsetting part wasn't the fact that it was a horror game. The upsetting part was the fact that the game sucked. And I couldn't leave. I've had several dreams like that. Trapped in a video game that sucks. Cool at best, dumb at worst. Yeah. Like, none of them really captured super creepy old animatronic style that, like, the classic, like, Chuck E. Cheese animatronics have. Making Cooler Sammy this Friday, I see, yep. I was talking about something, but oh, right. I think I've mentioned this before. I'm sick of, horror games. Or just games in general where it's, ooh, childhood thing, but it's actually messed up and creepy and scary and twisted and evil. Ooh. Ooh, thing that's cute is actually sick and twisted and evil. Ooh. I'm sick of that. We've done all that already. Like, not even Poppy Playtime. It's like, this was like, Five Nights at Freddy's was like when this, like, okay, we're good. That's like when it started to go downhill. Like, people have been doing that for a while, to be honest, before Poppy Playtime. It's just, Five Nights at Freddy's made that style of game go up exponentially. Every horror game and movie feels this. Yeah, exactly. So this is why I propose we start doing the opposite. Someone write this down. Someone write this down. I'm going to do it eventually. It's on my list of things I'm going to do eventually, probably. Game that, like, on the surface, you go in there looking like, okay, this is a horror game, this is messed up and twisted. There's, like, super scary monsters. Just the most upsetting, disturbing things you've ever seen in your life. And then you play the game and it's actually, like, all the monsters are actually super chill, and it's like a Stardew Valley simulator or something like that. Like, it's a freaking... It's like Papa's Pizzeria. You make little treats or whatever. The game is actually normal and cool. And you just hang out with these messed up looking dudes and they're chill. Oh, that horrifying eldritch being? Yeah, that's just freaking Thomas or whatever. He lives by the street. He sells used cars for a reasonable price. He's cool. He has a wife and 2 kids. This is the game I'm thinking about. The cute thing that's actually scary is overdone. Scary thing, but actually cool and normal and cute. This is where it's at. This is where the money is now. I mark my words. I'm onto something here. It's gonna be the next big thing. Purple guy funny. He is the man behind the slaughter, which is inherently funny. Hi. How is everybody? When you said hi, it reset me, and I started doing my intro again. Sorry. I got confused. Congrats on finishing college. Thank you! Thank you. You're okay. That's good. I think. I was just talking about how they aren't giving me a graduation ceremony because I'm a summer graduate. Despite the class I need to take only being available during the summer, and I'm still upset about that. You're having a great vacay? Nice. And then my art portfolio website stopped working. Friggin', why did I say ArtStation stopped working? They won't return my emails. I can't get into my account anymore because it used my student email. So now I have to make a new website for my new portfolio. I have to update my resume. It's a whole mess, really. We were talking about how Five Nights at Freddy's also. That was another thing we were talking about. I had a cool new game idea. You missed it though. They take your email? Yeah, they shut it down. They shut your student email down once you graduate. You hate William Afton? Most people do, I would assume, considering all the child murder and whatnot. Okay. So I was talking about video games, horror games, you know. The trope of childhood thing slash cute thing is actually evil and messed up. Overdone. We've had enough. We've done it like a billion times already. I was thinking new game idea. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. My brain isn't working. I was reading chat as well. New game idea. Game that looks like the most messed up horror game you've ever seen from the cover. But you play it, and all the monsters are actually just like super chill, and it's like a farming simulator, or like a cafe thing, or whatever. Yes, I know of Garten Ban or whatever, and it's just like the epitome of basically just it's like the worst qualities of mascot horror has become solidified into a single game. I still refuse to believe that that game is not a parody. There's no way that that game is not just making fun of specifically Poppy Playtime. There's no way. It's so feels like a parody. Yes, I'm aware of the thousands upon millions of polygons the characters have. Yes, I'm aware. It still feels like that. Yes, everything about that game, not only is it awful, it feels deliberately bad. Like this, it feels like a joke. This game feels like it was created as a joke. A horror thing that starts out scary, yeah. That's on my, that's on my list of games I would make if I could. If I could just make games that easily, but I would learn, I still need to work on Duffy again. Maybe I need to work on Duffy again, now that I made the mistake of trying to make me, who is not a programmer, trying to program the entire thing from scratch was probably not my brightest idea. But now that I have, you know, more time and actually have resources and a tutorial, I found a tutorial of just how to make Sonic games in Game Maker Studio 2. I think I'm good now. Yeah. I don't know how to make farming games though. That farming simulators seem extremely complicated. I don't think I'd be able to do that. And if you try again, all the better. Yeah, I'm gonna try again. I have nothing else to do right now, so. Okay. Started to watch JoJo and it's surprisingly not bad. Yeah, JoJo... There's nothing bad about JoJo. I mean, actually, yeah, it definitely has its flaws, but... I feel like it simultaneously feels overhyped and overhated at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. It is a classic. JoJo. I haven't watched the new parts. My favorite is part 4. What? Did you start on part 1? Or did you do the mistake of listening to people and skipping to part 3? Because I love Dio. Dio is funny. I like how petty and just rude this dude is. He is just unabashedly evil. Which is season 1. Season 1... What is JoJo's part 1 called? Part 1 is just season 1. JoJo season 1. I don't... Phantom Blood. Do they have Dio in Fortnite? Tragically not. Watched part 1 making it through part 2. Part 2 is my second favorite. And what a lot of JoJo fans make the mistake of both telling people to do and doing it themselves is skip parts 1 and 2 and just go straight into part 3. I have heard people say this multiple times. Do not, on no circumstances do this. Do not skip Phantom Blood. Phantom Blood is... Phantom Blood, you can tell it's the first one. That's what I'll say. You can tell it's the first one. It's not bad. It's not good. Phantom Blood is okay. Part 2 is amazing. It's probably like, it's why I say do not skip parts 1 and 2. Also because parts 3, Stardust Crusaders, literally takes multiple characters and themes from both parts 1 and 2. Part 5 is the weakest. I never finished part 5. Dio's the only- yeah, Dio really is the only- I really do not remember anything from Phantom Blood besides Dio. Isn't there... There's a JoJo part with a dude in a wheelchair. The wheelchair is... That it hasn't been made into... That's part... 7? Let's see, 5 is the Italian Mafia. Part 6 is... Florida Prison. Part 7 is Wheelchair Cowboy. Steel Ball Run, yes. Steel Ball Run is... I don't know where the baseballs come in. I haven't actually watched it. I'm aware of vaguely of Steel Ball Run. I know it's Wheelchair Cowboy. I have not watched it. I have watched up to part 4 and like sections of part 5. You saw one episode of JoJo years ago, yeah. And I read like half of part 6. I read part 6 up until my favorite character died, and I got so upset I stopped reading. Yes, part 3 is the one that introduced Jotaro, and in the most yes, part 3 is where most of the memes come from. Because that's also where the stands are introduced. Part 2 technically also has... The first ones also have, like, powers, but they're not stands. They're just, yeah, we all have super psychic powers, that's it. They don't get a special... They do have a special name, but... There's no crazy song guys yet. There's no crazy punch ghosts in parts 1 and 2. It's just a bunch of dudes fighting vampires. And zombies. And zombie vampires. And then there's part 8. I don't know what happens in that one, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Part 8 is when things get super wacky. Yeah, parts 1 and 2 is just... Our powers is we breathe funny and make the vampires explode. Part 3 is honestly just my least favorite, just because... It goes on for... Part 3 overstays its welcome. And you're like, oh god. Like... It's like Monster of the Week, but instead of week, it's Monster of the Month, and the fights go on for, like, way too long. Part 3 is only long in the anime. Yeah, I figured. I also find it funny that people don't realize just how old JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is. Because it was, like, for the very long time, was never adapted into an anime. Because anime studios looked at that and said, would we even begin to animate this? And just said, no. No, thank you. So part 3 wasn't even that long, like in the manga? Oh. Oh, I didn't realize it was padded out. Jesus. I would say, like, instead of watching, like, the new anime, watch the 1990/80. No, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. There's an old version, it's direct-to-TV version of Part 3 that I would say is better. Though it does, like, cut down on a lot of stuff. How would you make a Fallout anime? How would that even... That is a good question. How would you do that? Yeah. Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, is my favorite. Yeah, the Stardust Crusaders OVA. Yeah, that one. I watched it with my friends. It's funny because that is not one OVA, that is actually 2 separate OVAs. Made, I think, by different companies in separate decades. And that people just lumped together. There's going to be an Among Us show? Oh. Gonna eat? Hope you eat well. Hope your food is good. Honestly, I don't know much about anime. Me neither. I know, like, 2, and I know them well. I know, well, not even that well. But I know it because I was obsessed with it. I know JoJo because that's what I watched in high school. That was, like, the one anime I watched in high school because I thought it was hilarious. And I would go to high school and just tell my friends what happened that episode, and they're like, "Whoa, it's crazy." I'd be like, "Yeah, they fought a blind man, and Jotaro threw the dog at him." Blind man? Yeah. There's a thing that happens. They fight a blind man, nearly lose, and by winning, they just throw a Boston Terrier at him. There's going to be an Among Us show. Yep, there sure is. Remember me? Yep, sure do. What would the plot even be? I don't know. Finger family, Elsa Gate type stuff, I'm guessing. Oh god. Elsa Gate content is now coming to, like, actual television now. What world what has the world come to? Man. Can I continue update? Oh, I remember a Beck run. Nice that you're still updating it. I remember having fun with it. It's created by the guy who made Infinity Train? Wow. What a shift in careers, huh? From creating a very well-loved animation to Among Us TV. Jeez. I love your art style. It reminds me. Oh, thank you. Yep, the Sonic Adventure art. It is funny that you say that, considering, like, the Sonic art style. That's how I did, like, as a kid, that's what I drew constantly, was just Sonic. That's where I started being an artist. Just drawing Sonic fan art in my notebook. Yeah. And I guess that still hasn't changed, huh? Sonic has not left. His soul remains here in my art still. Anyway. Sonic to draw first. Hey! I can draw more than that. Alright. You know, I've missed the Chow Garden. I've been having dreams about it again. I need to go back, it's been too long. Someone made a bootleg Sonic in Sims 3 years ago. Yeah, that sounds about right. You should draw your... I should draw... Oh, that'd be nice. Nice to see your art. You might want to post it on Tumblr instead of Twitter, though. Actually, yeah. Because... I don't even have Twitter on my phone anymore. I deleted it. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to, like... I think I also forgot to post streams on Twitter. This stream, I mean. Early Vinesauce, Vinny, and Joel were strange. I remember that very clearly. That... God, I've been watching that since middle school, I just realized. What's your Tumblr? I made one just for funsies. It is... Do I have it? Oh, what? Oh, there it is, on the social media tab, right there. Tumblr, Sammy Fox. It's just Sammy Fox, right. I think it's also linked on my YouTube somewhere. It's called X. I'm not calling it that out of spite. Still in a kid. Yeah, I catch up on some of his streams. Joel and Joel's as well. Once in a while, when I have the time. My child is beeping at me again. Hold on. Right now, they're Sakuyamon. They're the fox woman. You know, earlier, I've been complaining that a lot of the late Digimon evolutions, like the later stages, are just like Gundams or Anime Woman. But they specifically the V-Pets, they do give them, because the sprites are so small, they do still radiate a lot of little creature energy. Because the Kuyamon in the sprite looks like this. Like, this is supposed to be a mask, but it ends up just looking like a weird dog. Weird dog I got. I watch Joel more. Usually. Mostly just because of the games he plays. And Alphamon is even better, because Alphamon is like this big Gundam thing, but in the V-Pad it looks like this. No, I especially, it's supposed to have like boots, but it just ends up looking like it has little paws. And its cape, whenever it moves, it just looks like a little tail like this. It looks like it's wagging its tail, and I think it's cute. Alphamon has grown on me. Definitely. I'm like, oh, this is just a big Gundam. I wanted a cool dragon, but now it's like, oh, this is a funny dog. You can't fool me, this isn't a Gundam, this is a dog. Don't let the official art fool you, this is just a dog. He looks like this. Alphamon. And they may, in the art, may tell you it's a cape, but this is a tail. I learned a funny Undertale fact recently. Really? What is it? What is it? Tell me. Well, hello, viewer. Azrael floats in the air. Oh, yeah. There's a glitch. If you do wait long enough, he, like, glitches out, right? That's usually not seen in game. You live! Congratulations! You're not dead! Yay! Yippee! Anyway. I need to play Undertale again. Oh, I need to do that line over again. It doesn't look great. You went to the hospital for procedure? Oh, goodness. I'm glad you're alright, then. Sounds scary. He looked like a doofus standing there, so I made him fly. Good reasoning, honestly. It's just a scope. Ah. Still doesn't seem pleasant. Is it weird that I'm really excited to stream Ace Attorney even though I've played the games before? I don't know, I'm just kind of excited to show you all the weird lawyer game. The funny lawyer game. You're back? Welcome back. The games are just that good. Yeah, that too. for the longest time I refused to play them because they were visual novels technically, and I'm like, I don't care about... They were visual novels and they were like vaguely anime looking, so I thought to myself, well that sucks then, the game's bad. I remember this was when I was in middle school, and I had like a grudge against anime for a while because I thought it was cringe. And most of it still is, but that's besides the point. But then I finally played it, I'm like, oh, I get it now. I get it. Ace Attorneys is one of those games where you're like, why would anyone like this? And then you play it, and then you go, oh. Oh, that's why people like this. Also, this is the time... My friend, he tried to get me into this anime when I was in middle school that he liked. I think it was Fairy Tail? I think? Maybe? Very first episode, like one of the first scenes, they immediately start being weird with one of the girl characters, and I say to him, Aiden, why did you show me this? Aiden, why did you show me this? Boot to the head. What? Back! That's a good video. Classic video. It kind of is Saul Goodman Simulator. Okay, I can... Imagine if Saul Goodman was a good person. Imagine if you're Saul Goodman, but the people you're defending are actually innocent. But people seem to think not anyway. And everyone is out to get you. Saul is a good... That is true. The good man is a name. You got me there. You haven't watched it, but I haven't heard heard good things about it either. I don't remember much. I thought the cat was cute, and that's all I remember. I thought, like... I just thought it was very underwhelming and also kind of weird towards women. Then again, that was like, I watched 2 episodes of it and decided I don't like it. At my friend's house when I was in middle school. So who knows? He was so embarrassed just showing me the first episode, remembering what happens in the first episode, and just kind of going, oh. Yeah, that's why I don't watch anime, because it's weird towards women 90% of the time. Unless it's like an anime specifically catered to women. And even then, sometimes it's still weird. What show? I think it was Fairy Tail. Never watched. I have not watched either. All my Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul knowledge is entirely through memes. Never watched it, and I think it's funnier if I never do. What's that? It's an anime that's weird towards women, I think. That I watched in middle school with my friend. It's an anime. That's all you need to know. It's an anime that's not that great. No, look it up. It's not... Where did Neko Arc come from? Neko Arc came from a fighting game, if I believe. Neko Arc is a joke character in a fighting game. Red versus Blue. I've heard of Red versus Blue and never watched it. I have seen JoJo. I remember watching One Punch Man, watching the first season, going, hey, that's pretty funny. Watching it again and it's going, oh, this isn't actually that funny. And no one likes Rooster Teeth anymore. I don't remember it. I think I think this was YouTube era. During the time I wasn't allowed on YouTube. It's a fighting game about an 18-pleasure visual novel? I did not realize that it was based off a visual novel. I just knew it was a fighting game. You've seen the cat? Yeah, the cat is from... The only thing relevant in Fairy Tail is the cat. Everything else is just not important. The only anime I've really liked that I can remember off the top of my head are JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Mob Psycho 100. Those are the ones that I like. I've watched a few others that I never really got that into. I watched the first 2 episodes of Full Metal Alchemist. The first episode, funny man gets smited by God. The second episode, funny man who got smited by God goes to a church and tells people God isn't real, and I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And I'm like, well, it's all downhill from there. You can't top that. You can't top that. You've never seen Mob Psycho? It's pretty good. I like it better than One Punch Man, because it, like, actually has... The style works better for it, I think. An anime I used to watch as a kid, which I don't think if I go back now and tried to watch it, I think I would hate it, it was called Sergeant Frog, Kuro Gunso, and I liked it because I thought the frogs looked funny. Looking back now, that show was not only super weird about women, it was super weird about underage girls. So, yeah. Would not really recommend it. Like, it was the type of thing that went over my head as a kid, and now looking back, I'm like, oh. Which is a shame, because... Remember Ghost in the Shell standalone complex? Never heard of it. But Kurogunso... I liked it because the frogs look like this. No, he looks like this. No? How does he look like? He looks like this. He has a hat on. And he looks like this. He's got a little star. There he is. There's Sergeant Frog. It's about this alien frog who tries to invade Earth, fails miserably, and just hangs out in this kid's house now. And there's other frogs. One is red, and he's mean. I don't know, as a kid I thought the frogs were cute and did not realize the, themes that the show had that were, you know, not the greatest. Like, there were multiple episodes that were, like, fan service of a character who was very much a child. Like, just, like, not even being subtle about it. But you see, the frog looked like this. And a kid in me thought, oh, this is great. That's a funny frog. And also there was a movie where the frogs turned into dragons, and I thought that was cool. And I legally watched all of these episodes and movies on YouTube. I think I also... There was one I watched, I didn't get to watch it as much because my mom caught me watching it and, like, said, you're not allowed to watch that, it's not age appropriate. It was called Inuyasha. And it was an anime. It was about a dog guy who was like a demon or whatever, and he fought other demons, and there was a girl there, I guess. I don't know if it was weird about women, probably. You know how it is at this point. Thought Japan had very violent and gory horror films / games. I don't know if they're known for that. They're definitely known for being very weird about women. Sammy admits to... I was in elementary school. It wasn't my fault. I was like 7. It wasn't bad. It probably was. Looking back, it was probably tame. It was just like probably still not age appropriate, like for like my parents' standards for like a 7-year-old. Oh yeah, Overwatch 2. I remember long ago, as if this wasn't like in high school, like less than 5 years ago. Actually, no, it wouldn't be less than 5 years ago, oh god. Playing Overwatch with my friends. And then one day, they added Regita. And me and my friends decided, huh, Overwatch really isn't fun anymore, huh? And then Blizzard started being weird towards women, and I've not touched the Blizzard launcher or anything Blizzard related since. I think some of my friends still play Overwatch 2, mainly because it's just free, but I'm not touching that game. Also because it just isn't good. Everything else is bad. Yeah, Blizzard games aren't even good, so... Like, I don't know why people... You know if they're putting it on Steam, like, they're in their last legs. StarCraft 2 is... good. Counterpoint. Blizzard game. Consider this. Blizzard game. Except having it exactly, and there we go. Blizzard game. Yeah, TF2 cannot die because the fans refuse to let it. Like, the TF2 is not going anywhere. It was still good. Okay, that's a good point. Fair. Good argument. But also Blizzard game. Even with the bot problems. I thought they eventually fixed that. Or is that they... We're not dying, we're going to live forever. Exactly. Maybe they still exist. Oh. I thought they I thought a while ago they released an update that somewhat mitigated the problem. Bill Cosby room fiasco. To be fair, I was not supporting them ever since the they were being really weird about their Chinese players. Or rather, what was it? Taiwan? I don't even remember the whole fiasco. You know, them not respecting human rights, that sort of thing. Bots exist, but yeah, that's what I expected. Like, them to be, much less of a problem. But not gone completely. That was after, I think. Huh. Is TF2 a human right? Yeah, I think so. There are more bots than players in the South American servers. Same issues, Overwatch fans, Overwatch players. Yeah. I see. There's a South... Yes, there's a South America. What do you think that other continent down there is called? Don't open a map, you're gonna get real scared. I have bad news for you, there's more. There's more America. You look down, it keeps going. It's really scary, I know. You better not look left or right. There's even more of them. There's more continents. Man, how do you... Can you think about that for a second? Like, just being what, a 16th century sailor, just going left and going, oh, there's an island here. Oh, it keeps going. Oh god, it keeps going. Like, can you believe that? There's, like, for hundreds of years, there was just an entire, like, chunk of the Earth that millions of people just didn't realize was there. Crazy. Like, imagine going sailing, like, to just find an island and then realizing, oh god, there's more of it. It just keeps going. Like, can you imagine being the first person to have to make a map and then realizing just the island keeps going? And then realize you've mapped out an entire region larger than the entirety of Europe. Man. Scary. What do you mean there's more of it? No, specifically, Christopher Columbus thought he was in India. He was not. He was very confused. They tried to go to India. Got to somewhere. And then just kind of assumed for a while that they were in India, and then they came back and realized they weren't. Mystery is weird. Yeah. I just find it really funny that no one bothered to check if there was just more Earth. Wonder why, why did everyone forget about Central America? Huh. Anyway. But seriously, why did no one bother to check if there was more of it? They discovered Africa and, like, India and stuff, and like, okay, that's it. We're done. That's all we need. That's all, there's no more, clearly. North America and Europe are connected in the winter? What? What? I'm trying to think, where? Iceland? Does Iceland count as Europe? Or where there would be more than... Right, okay, yeah, I see. By the way, what even is Iceland and Greenland? What are they doing? Like, is that Europe? Like, what is Iceland and Greenland? They're just kind of over there doing their own thing. Like, what's going on over there? Is Iceland America or Europe, or is it his own thing? America and Russia almost touch Alaska. Huh. Well, technically America does touch Alaska. Because Alaska is an American state. Iceland and Greenland are funny. The Vikings decided to pull a silly little prank when naming them, and I think that's cute. But seriously, what is up with Greenland and Iceland? Like, what are they? Are they Europe or are they their own kind of continent things? I guess. Are they an island or a continent? Wait, just oh, I thought maybe it's like just what I heard is when the Vikings named it, they named them opposite to trick people. That's the story I heard. Greenland is okay. They're Europe. I just know them as those crazy islands over there. I wonder when you like at what point do we go from this is a big island to this is a continent? Like what are the qualifications? I wonder. I'll have to look that up. No idea. Huh. Any continent experts in chat? I'm a bit sleepy. Tomorrow. Katamari. I promise. No. Hey, what's the problem? They're Europe, but not represented. Ooh. You know, that happened to America once. And now America is no longer considered a part of Europe. After, Great Britain got a bit of a talking to. And by talking, I mean being brutally murdered by a bunch of farmers. I find the American Revolution very funny, just because this highly trained British army basically just got beat the ever-loving shit out of by a bunch of farmers and trees. And France, and France. France was also there. Because they also thought it would be funny to beat the shit out of Great Britain. Is it Great Britain, United Kingdom, or England? Why do they have so many names? You don't need that many. Did America attempt to make bases in Greenland? I don't know, probably. The US is a bunch of countries in a trench coat who have beef with Great Britain. Yeah. I need colors. Hold on. No wonder they lost. Yeah. It was just a very large collective. I've had enough of this guy. Get rid of him. The colonizers rebelled because they didn't want to pay taxes. No! Malara, that was literally the same thing for America. The American colonizers also didn't want to pay taxes. Well, it's technically more complicated than that, but yes. Yeah, it was just the Americans who colonized there getting sick of Great Britain and deciding we're actually going to kill you now. it's, yeah, it was specifically they didn't want to pay taxes because of what someone said like millions of they they did not get a say on how the taxes work. They didn't get represented in court. That's specifically why they didn't like that. And so they decided, we're going to kill you, we're going to throw everything you own into the ocean. Die please. And that's your very poorly explained United States history for you. And then America decided to manifest its destiny all over the place, and millions of lives were lost. Oh yeah, Spanish Civil Wars and the American those were kind of happening at the same time, huh? And also the French. No, it was like just a bunch of revolutions happening back to back. I don't know which happened first, but I do remember I think the French saw the American Revolution and said, hey, I have a really funny idea. What if we just started chopping people's heads off? And then they started chopping people's heads off. Until they got sick of chopping people's heads off and shot the guy whose idea was to chop people's heads off. They chopped his heads off. The French Revolution is very funny. Napoleon, also very funny. France is a very funny country. There's some wacky stuff going on there. Oh, the French were the ones that started it. Okay, I remember it now. It was the Americans saw that and like, okay, that's cool, but maybe we shouldn't start chopping people's heads off. I don't know if we did. I don't think that was... I don't think we ever used the guillotine regularly. I hope. How is France still a country? France, I don't know. They refuse to die. And every few years they revolt against the government for fun. You know how it is. They go into revolution mode every 6 years or so, and I think they've got the right idea. I think they're onto something here. Just like... we should just revolt against governments for fun. Like, it would be a good bonding exercise for the civilians, I think. It'll boost morale. It'll be a fun little exercise. I think it's in the Constitution we're allowed to do that. No, seriously, if I remember correctly, I think written in the Constitution of the United States, you're allowed to revolt against the government if you think it's unjust. You can just do that. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. In the Constitution, there's a clause that says, by the way, if all else fails, just revolt against the government again. Like, if everything doesn't work, just burn it down, start over again. You know how it is. I mean, governments are pretty awful. I mean, yeah. The government is awful because people are awful. I don't think the government would go down on fire. Okay, yeah, and? Never said it wouldn't. I'm just saying I'm allowed to do that. It says so. In the book, right there. I'm allowed to talk about it. As an American citizen, I'm allowed to say, I think it would be funny if we revolted against the government as a joke. There will be blood. Honestly, I don't even want there to be blood. I just want to go there and just say I'm gonna revolt. What are you gonna do about it? Let's do it. Nah, too much work. Like, what would I even do? I don't. To be fair, I don't even have my own government yet set in place, so we're at a bit of a standstill here. Oh yeah, the government did just kind of show up and say, by the way, aliens might be real. See you later. And we're just expected to accept that. United States government officials just had a hearing and told everyone, aliens are real, by the way. And they're really scary, look out. Okay, everyone, discuss. Do you think the aliens are chill? I think it would be really funny if not only were the aliens just, like, super cool and chill, but also if they were just, like, really tiny. Like, they were... Like, they are called, like, the little green men. Like, they were literally just... And they go with those... Like, this is to scale. Like, they're Pikmin. Like, Pikmin was actually, like, a warning. That, like, this is what they look like. Like, they just show up like this. Not only... Like, I think if the aliens do show up, we should, like, immediately let them, like, take over the government. Because I think that whatever... I don't know what they've done, but I'm sure... I'm almost can guarantee you, like, they've got everything figured out. Let them do everything. Like, I don't... Like, they've probably figured out governments better than we have. Let them do it. Screw it. Have I mentioned this before? Like, conspiracy theorists, they're always talking about how, like, lizard people control the government or whatever. The only reason I don't think this is true is because if a lizard controlled the government, it would be way better. Lizards don't control the government, but I think they should. I think the conspiracy theorists are onto something. I think we need to let an alligator into office. What are they? I don't know. They just say there's lizard people. And they control the government. But I don't believe that because if lizards did control the government, it would be amazing. I think we should just let the annals just decide what's going on with the world for a little bit. Let them figure it out. Like, humanity has been trying to figure out governments for, like, what, millions of years at this point. Not the aliens, the animals, they need to pick up some slack and, like, start, like, trying to do something too. Like, okay, like, we've been doing this for a while, it's your turn now, go figure it out. And tell us how it works. Okay? It's not that hard to extinct us. Yeah, humans are doing a fine job doing that on their own. Which is why I think if aliens are real, I don't think they would be malicious, considering we would have probably been blown up at this point already. Like, they just would have... It would have been... It would be so easy for them. Because if they can master, like, intergalactic space travel, I'm pretty sure they can figure out, like, blow planet up technology as well. How much alcohol? You know, you say that, I don't drink. I literally do not drink. I don't drink alcohol. I literally can't. It's against... I have medicine that I take that literally says, do not, under any circumstances, take this while drinking alcohol or any other mind-altering substance, and it doesn't tell me what will happen if I do. And I'm afraid to find out, so I'm just not going to. If you see a monkey using tools, do you want to exterminate this? It depends on what kind of monkey. An orangutan, no. Let the orangutans be. A chimpanzee, yes, absolutely. Chimpanzees are like the spawn of Satan, and I want them gone. The orangutans, the other apes can stay. Chimpanzees, however, are just evil personified. Today is just... Listen, I've had a long day. I had to go to a conference and, like, show... Like, 2 days ago, I went to a conference, I showed this game I made, and everyone's like, okay, cool. Live on stage with a bunch of people. It was very scary, but I did it anyway. And then I had to sit there at a booth and just talk to people and tell them about my game with my team. And there was, like, several little kids who were just, like, on the computer playing our game for, like, 30 minutes straight and would not let anyone else play, and I felt bad and didn't want to tell them to leave. Despite the game having, like, an average playtime of 5 minutes, unless you are a small child, then it's, like, 30. What was the game like anyway? It was a 3D puzzle platformer. As in, you solved puzzles, and there was also platforming. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I should have done this all in separate layers. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're fine. And I'm still not sure if I actually want to, like, share it on my personal Twitter and YouTube or not. What kind of puzzles? You know. Wait, hold on. How do I get... Oh. Cuban button paste-based testing, perhaps? Similar! Like, it's hard to explain. Mainly because it's hard for me to explain most things, though. You know how it is with me. Portal Reloaded when? Is that the multiplayer one? Or the remake? Either way. Don't take this personally, but interacting with people takes, like, 6 months of my lifespan every time I do it, and I need to recharge for, like, 3 weeks at minimum. Or I go insane. So I don't really want to do any co-op streams. And I had to go to a press conference. And I had to stand at a booth and talk to people for... I was there for 8 hours. You guys need to realize I was at that booth for 8 hours just standing there talking to people. I had to go up on stage. But streaming helped. Like, okay, this is like stream, except I can now see everyone who's watching the stream look directly at me in person and stare me down. Look me dead in the eyes while I talk. I feel bad for you. The bright side, I only have to do that once. Unless for some reason someone makes me the PR guy. And if that happens, I might just explode. So yeah, I probably won't be doing co-op streams anytime soon. Just because I am so goddamn tired. No more PR yet. I mean, yeah, but like no more having to go up on stage. I hope. No more having to go to booths. No more having to write freaking essays on explanations of the game and how to play them. No more not knowing what I'm doing while being led by someone who also does not know what they're doing. No more of that. I hope. At least not for a while. Yeah, I know, like, I am going to the game development side of art, and yeah, I can definitely... I can answer a few questions. It's just answering questions for hours on end at a little table. Well, I have to make small talk with the people who are playing my game, who sometimes just straight up ignore me to play it, while I'm standing directly in front of them. I love it when they did that. I am not becoming... What's 9 plus 10? 21? The weather over there is... Yeah, it's currently, the hottest it's ever been this year at a blistering... What is it? What was it? Okay, right now it's 80. Earlier today it was like 90, and it's expected to go up to like 95. What characters did you draw for the game studio? I didn't get to do any drawing. I did do a lot of 3D character modeling though. And I made like both the enemies and the main character models. That is what I will share. '90s average Virginia summer weather. Yeah, it's like average here too, but like actually not average, but it's on the higher end. But like it's not surprising that this is happening. It is very annoying though. Got 80 in winter. Ooh. Oh god, yeah, how that's 80 in winter. How is it gonna be in summer? Jesus. I wish you luck. I hope you guys stay safe. Because that does not sound good. Okay. You made a bet with 132. Jesus Christ. I did not know it could get that hot. Stay safe. Like, that is like... I'm pretty sure that is lethal temperatures. Like, you are getting cooked. That is like, you are being put in a microwave at that point. Please be safe. Born and raised in Virginia. Never been to Virginia. I'm sure it's nice. I think I do have like some friends that live there, though. 105, Jesus. Hope you guys stay safe. That is no joke. Like, that is like death. Usually, when temperatures get that high, it's in the designated "this is where people die" zone. I've talked about the whole America has we just have this place called Death Valley. That's where the things die at. And people go there for fun, apparently. Welcome to Death Valley. You'll never guess what happens here. It's such a funny place. You're like, okay. The American explorers saw that, went, yep, this is the death zone, and now it's a tourist attraction. Death Valley Home Edition. Like, this is no longer Death Valley, this is just... it's just death. So, I've mentioned this before, but once We Love Katamari and Plants vs. Zombies is done, it will be Ace Attorney and the Doom series that will be played next. Why is my phone buzzing at me? Doom? Yup. Yeah, I'm going to continue Plants vs. Zombies until I beat it and or say, I've had enough of this game. How do they live there? That is a good question. How do they live there? They're just built different, I guess. I forgot to color this part in. Survival of the fittest? I guess so. Okay. I like how people from the mountains have better respiratory systems because the ones with bad ones just die. Yeah. Never been to the mountains. I probably would not do good there. I'm more comfortable at sea level. Need better lungs. Don't we all? Okay. That is like the flats done. And line art. I do not feel like doing all the little details and gradients today and shading. But I made some progress. We made progress. Close that. Save this. And tomorrow is Katamari. Hold on, let me Google this actually. Google, will show me how long. We love Katamari. Click. It's 5 hours. Minimum. Like, and 14 and a half if you want 100%. I like it when Sammy's model freezes. Oh no, it's doing that again. It's very sensitive today. If I move even slightly, it gets all upset at me. Yeah. One more stream. Yeah, one more stream. Then again, there's like the DLC thing that's new to the game. I'll have to see how long that takes. 2 streams maximum, I'm gonna say. That's what I'm getting at. Before I go, since we're returning to Fan Art Fridays, because it already had... It's technically not DLC, it is new content for the remake. It is the King's whatever. It's like the King's backstory stuff. It's not DLC, it came packaged with the game. I called it DLC because I didn't know what else to call it, because it technically was not in the original game. It is the remake stuff. The extra remake levels. The bonus levels or whatever. Oh. Also, what should I stream next Fan Art Friday? I mean, what should I draw next Fan Art Friday? Now that we're back to Fan Art Fridays, because Art Fight is... It's like the side modes in the Mario... Yeah. Expanded content. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good way to call it. Oh, right, we're gonna do PvZ Raptor. Right. I remember now. Okay. My throat's a little sore. I think I need to get back used to doing this again. What's the Plants vs. Zombies Raptor? It is the raptor from Plants vs. Zombies. Oh right, or Guacodile. We can draw a raptor and Guacodile. What's stopping me from doing that? What's stopping me from drawing both? Anyway, that is all for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.